it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. To get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They go play action with Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Justin Madubuike just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing, Mayfield. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A quick pass out to Juju. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mayfield to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2nd and 9. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So problem problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll toss to Harris. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Dobbins running out of the gun, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, these 2 teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
They go play action now. Jackson being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5 now. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the screen pass. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield. It's brought in by Harris. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Jackson on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the 2nd half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the 2nd half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some 1st downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Harris. And down he'll go at the 25.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And this throw incomplete. Now, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And all the way down to the 35. A A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Going to run the toss here to Harris. Space to run past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with Harris. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run for it with Harris. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Now it's Jackson.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third.
Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Another run here with Dobbins.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And he makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Dobbins trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Dobbins once more.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He gets it complete to Harris. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll run on first down. Dobbins and some space here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, about that. A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were booing Charles by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Ravens,
they get their 6th win of the season against 10 losses.